Welcome back to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast. I'm saying this like multiple times a day now. I'm going to start doing it to my day job. When someone calls me, I'll be like, "Yeah, welcome back to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast." Anyway, it is WrestleMania Night One review. I had the preview last night with Raj Giri. We previewed everything. Tonight is the review show. Well, we'll find out what we all think in a minute. But I haven't come alone. No, I haven't. And I always like having these guests on. I think they're probably the second quickest guests I've got to three or four on the podcast. One behind the I Love Wrestling podcast. So you will actually overtake them tomorrow in being the quickest people to get to four guests. It is my good friends one from the States, one UK/States. It's David Bartolome, Will Scarr. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening, mate.
How are
Thank
we
you for
doing?
having us again.
No problem. I was going to say good evening, but it's like afternoon for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Time difference and
Commute.
whatnot. Look, guys, WrestleMania Night One is in the books. David, I'll start with you. Just a quick question. Look, you've seen the reviews online. Mine's going to go along that kind of route, to be quite frank with you. We spoke just before we come on, and we said about the small match time in this, and that's a bit strange for WrestleMania. Normally, you'll get the odd one or two that has those 9, 10, but then you'll get a plethora of like what the quote unquote big matches that you'd normally get 25, 30, and 40. Was it a little bit disappointing that these matches we only had one or two that kind of broke that 10-minute mold?
Um, it could have been the fact we were having a drink at the time, but it didn't seem super short. I think the first match we were like, oh, it's over already.
Mm.
But then obviously they had the ending where Speed went through the table, and we honestly didn't mind that. I know
No,
people's thoughts on celebrities getting involved, but it wasn't like Speed was pushed down our throats. He didn't do loads in it.
no.
And he was kind of made by the others to go up. And I think that was better than him just being like, steal the show, all about me.
Mm.
So I didn't mind that. It's a weird one. Like I didn't even really think about the times until I looked like
Mm.
today at the reviews and stuff. It didn't feel super quick for us, but again, we'd had a drink because British. So it's
Sure. Yes, of course. Um, well, just to touch on celebrity involvement there, and look, there has been a lot of clamour about it was like a celebrity advert. There was a lot of adverts in this as well. Where do you stand on the celebrity aspect? Look, the celebrity aspects go way back. WrestleMania 1, you had a
Yeah.
celebrity impact to it. But is it becoming more of perhaps maybe not WWE narrative, but a TKO narrative that you would use? It's more about the people that, these streamers, these YouTubers. Hey, look, us lot might get a chance in the future if we keep going to get involved. But is it becoming a little bit too much, or do you think as long as they use it in the right ways, it's okay?
I do think, yeah, it can be a bit too much sometimes because, as you say, like a lot of the celebrities we do get nowadays, like a lot of people don't really know them because it might be a Twitch streamer, a YouTube streamer, which is not,
Hmm.
everyone's cup of tea. So I don't mind it as such, but I wish they would lean a bit away from it because it's just, like I don't mind Speed. I think Speed's quite a good
Hmm.
choice because, as David said, he's not being shoved down our throats. I'm not overly keen on the jelly roll involvement. I feel like that one is kind of being shoved down our throats. That I know Jelly's, he's very respectful towards the company and does a lot for it, but
Yeah.
it's like, is that what us fans want? I don't really want it, and I'm not sure many other people want it as well.
Yeah, David, do you think that may have been because look, the Jelly Roll involvement and the McAfee involvement to a degree was in a match that really the story was already written for that particular. If they had been involved in other skits, or perhaps there was another, maybe with a Dan Housen or something like that, it may not have been so bad, but because it was that match that kind of had everything there, they didn't really need to be involved in it.
Yeah, no, like Pat didn't need to be involved in that storyline, but I will say, like, we thoroughly enjoyed his promos because it was like
Yes.
proper
Yeah.
attitude
Yeah,
era. Like, and apparently he did deny first when they tried to get him to go
Yeah.
in. So it's not like he wanted to put himself there. And you can tell he's just kind of been like, oh, I'm going to go and just make what I can of it. And his promos, honestly, are probably one of the best it's been for a while.
his promos were great.
His
Yeah,
Yeah.
promos were great, but it make a lot of sense him being there. And it's almost like they wanted to get Randy booed. So it's like, what can we put in to kind of piss people off?
Hmm.
Let's put Pat in there because then we get, but and it didn't really work because Randy still got cheered. Ideally, we'd wanted like a double turn would have been cool.
Mm.
Yes.
A double turn, Cody retaining would have been nice. But yeah, Pat, he didn't need to be in it. I enjoyed him. Jelly Roll again didn't really need to be.
Yeah, like Pat's promos were amazing, but as you said, it just feels like it was a pointless involvement with the Jelly Roll, the Pat. It doesn't really make sense. Like it's over now, so they're like, what story sort of carries on with these
Yeah.
guys? It's quite a
I think
strange.
if they'd done the whole maybe through the year they'd built up WWE versus TKO, and then you've got like Randy, Pat,
Yeah.
say The Rock comes back and stuff, and then you've got them going against Punk, Cody. That would have been cool. But the fact he's RKO'd Pat now, it's like, well, that's not.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, where do they go now with this?
Yeah.
Well, they did say Pat did say if Randy lost that he wouldn't be in the WWE anymore. So that's probably kind of maybe got rid of what we were going to be looking forward to at Backlash. But I just felt with Randy being on the phone, you could have had Steph. I know Stephanie come out on Raw that week, but you could have had Steph. You could have had Shane. You could have even gone down the Cody. You could have had Arn Anderson and brought it down the Cody route and have him come out and be the man on the phone. Or Ric Flair. I don't know what his contract status is with AEW, but you could have had something along that come. It would have made more. It just would have made more sense for me. But look, that's it. Let's get into the matches now. We've had a little bit of a thing about the show as a whole, but look, it kicked off as we've already discussed. The Usos and LA Knight. LA Knight comes out in that great car. I feel like this was like a night of entrances as well. There were so many great entrances, which is what WrestleMania's become accustomed to, hasn't it? Some really good entrances. They all come out. The Usos come out with their you guys need to do their song because they've changed their song over the last 4 weeks every week. Year and a half. You guys need to do one for them because otherwise it's gonna like keep getting changing songs. But the match itself, I think it was fine. I mean, it went. I've got the match times, so I'm going to be a nerd for you guys for this. 7 minutes 10 seconds for that match. It was a fun way to start it off. I think speed was there because of the Bronson Reed injury that occurred. I think that's why speed was in there. Of course, it's a big thing. People know who he is. It's not the. And look, he come on. He looked good. He done a couple of moonsaults and whatnot. And ultimately, he cost the Vision the match by pushing him away, and then that led to the end. And then obviously Logan Paul turned on him, beat him up, went to put him through the table with that elbow drop that he does. LA Knight prevented that. They threw Logan Paul in it. And then, to be fair to Speed, he hit a really good frog splash through that table. But Will, all in all, was it a sort of match that you say, okay, that's a great kind of a fun start to WrestleMania?
Yeah, I think it was a fun start. I liked the build up towards it, and I liked how Bron obviously came, halfway through. I thought that was quite cool. But I just again with the times, I feel like it could have gone on a bit more. I don't feel like we got to see enough of each wrestler as such. Like it sort of started, and then it was into the whole conundrum with the speed thing, and that sort of carried the rest of the match. But yeah, I feel like it definitely could have been a bit more. I love watching Logan wrestle. I think he's a
Yeah.
really great athlete. So I'd have liked to seen a bit more from Logan as well, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dave.
100%.
Yeah, David, with this one, like it's a bit of a weird one as to where do they go because the Usos are they going to be tag chat? Are they going to go for the tag titles again? The tag bits again. Is LA Knight finally going to get that opportunity, which perhaps has always eluded him for one reason or another? The Vision we can discuss a bit more later because something happens in a later match that will kind of piece that puzzle together. But where do you see like an LA Knight now going forward in this?
It's hard with LA Knight because I love LA Knight,
Mm.
but then it's like every other week he's like falling off the ropes, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I think that's kind of hurting him a bit because I think he's great on the mic. He's like a blend of old school The Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Great promos. He's good in the ring, but there are like most botches in a match. It's it's most weeks, unfortunately.
Mm.
But with like how short the first match was, I think it benefited the Usos quite a lot because their moveset is very limited. And we were
Yeah.
actually watching going, oh, the Usos look good tonight
They
because they did
did.
their moves and it didn't go long enough for them to show how limited they can be.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For that reason, I think like the time of it was good. But normally you do have like the start match be quite a long
Mm.
technical match. I don't know what they're going to do with the Usos after this. I don't know if I'd like to see them go for the belt again because it feels like it's always just pushed in. It's weird with the tag titles. They don't seem to know what to do with them a lot of the time.
No, they really don't. I mean, it is a bit of a conundrum what they do. I like Speed's outfit. There's a lot of outfits as well. We talked about
Yeah,
sort of,
I
it,
think
it
Speed's great, honestly. I think the fact he's actually trained, he's got in shape for it. Like he
yeah.
looked. Um, I like people like that. Like when Logan came in, everyone was hating on him, but you can't deny he is great in the ring.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hate
He,
to admit that, but he is. He
Yeah.
really is. But I don't mind it when they take when you, as you say, they put the work in. When they just come in and, I mean, Jelly Roll dropped a lot of weight as well into his
yes,
fairness, to his,
yeah,
so he did. But yeah, I don't know where they go with it either with this. I'm interested to see if LA Knight, because he just seems, as you say, it's like that one thing and then he does about four things wrong. He falls off the top rope or he
yeah,
botches a move or he doesn't do what they want him to do and he gets scolded backstage, as you saw on Unreal. So it's kind of a conundrum. So look, we'll see what happens with that. They then went to the unsanctioned match with Jacob Fatu and Drew. This did get the time. It got 14:10. So it's a double, really, what the six man got. My only criticism, David, with this one is considering they tried to commit mass murder on each other for the last 3 months or so on SmackDown with them coming off balconies and going through cars and whatnot. I just felt like this one, and if I have frozen, I am still here. It just felt like this one felt a bit weak in terms of it was all around a toolbox rather than them trying to massacre each other.
yeah. I it could have like I kind of wanted it to go into the crowd backstage or like it's
Yeah.
unsanctioned. Go wherever you want. They could have taken it onto the street. Um, they could have done all sorts with it. I thought the match was a good match. I did think it
Yeah.
was a good match. The toolbox where Drew fell down, I was like, I don't see Drew having PTSD over a toolbox that badly that he's going to fall on his ass. Because Drew is an absolute monster. But some of the spots they did were good. For me, honestly, it's like with the blood in the last match, I feel like that match probably could have done with it because I don't know if
Mm,
Randy actually got cut like
he did.
stiff. If I didn't know whether he bladed or something because of how the blood was looking.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's one of those matches where it's like if it's the blow off match for a massive feud that has, like you said, they're trying to kill each other, a bit of blood probably could have
Mm.
done something, even if it's like a blood capsule in the mouth, just to make it look a bit more brutal. I mean, when he's hitting him with the spanner and stuff and trying to pull his eye out, that was pretty that's
That
pretty
was pretty
good.
good. Yeah, that
And
was
like
pretty good.
I will say the chair shots when they're literally just throwing the chairs at each other. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah. Quite brutal, weren't they?
yeah, I just wish it had gone around the arena a bit more.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because
because
an
it was.
unsanctioned match, you do expect it. Like we were watching, was it WrestleMania 17, wasn't it?
Yes.
And
Oh,
you've got the hardcore match with Kane, Raven,
Yeah.
and and they go backstage, they've destroyed half the arena,
golf
they've got a
carts,
golf cart.
and you name it, they're
Did
doing it.
did you know that golf cart they nearly caused a blackout in the arena?
Really?
Because that golf cart, if you look at where the tires were, it was underneath the cable. What they didn't, well, it was over the top of the cable. What they didn't know was that cable was the whole power of the arena. So they were like, it
I
come
didn't
out.
know that.
Yeah. So they nearly caused a massive power outage during that match. I mean, that which was incredible. But Will,
But yeah,
look,
stuff like
going back.
that.
Yeah, but Will, going back on that, look, Jacob picks up the victory in this, which probably was the right call. But I know Drew's had his title reigns, but for me, like he he, he just hasn't hit that. I don't know what I was expecting. I want him to win a title reign. I want it to mean something to him, and I just don't feel he's had that opportunity to have a lengthier title reign, perhaps one that he deserves.
No, yeah, I agree with that. I feel like he gets pushed to that certain point where it's everyone starts to believe it's going to be like, the Drew title run, and then something happens and it just seems to like fade out again. Like I
Hmm.
think he's going away to do a film, isn't he,
Yeah,
this
Yeah.
time?
Highlander.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, great film, great film. But it's like I'd love to see the Drew push. I think Drew's a great character
Yeah.
in the WWE, and yeah, I feel like his time's got to come soon because how old is he now? How
40
old's
odd.
Drew?
Yeah.
40 odd, yeah. And, he's going to be away for what, maybe another 6 months to a year now, sort of thing. So I do feel like we need to see that push before, it gets too late and we can't see that push from Drew. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Look, we'll see. Good match though. I did like that one. That
Great
one was
match,
really good.
yeah.
I just wish there was a bit more, as David said there, go out
Yeah.
the ring, go to the buck, go everywhere. That's what the whole unsanctioned match is
I
all
was very
about.
surprised they didn't, to be
They,
fair.
on NXT, whenever they do matches like that, they're everywhere.
Yes, they are.
NXT, you can't even get out of the damn car park, can you? Without getting beaten up or thrown onto the car or something. But yeah, I agree with that. They should have gone elsewhere. Um, Fatal Four-Way Tag Team Championships was next. Scheduled to be the Bella Twins. More on that in a minute. The Irresistible Forces, Nia and Lash, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, Bailey and Lyra. And then, of course, we had the Bellas come out. Nikki did come out on a crutch with a microphone. I think everyone knew at that point when she come out with it that we knew where this was going. She announced that she couldn't do the match. She wasn't cleared, but she made an old phone call to an old friend, and we was waiting for the screech of the scream. There it goes, massive pop. Paige returns to WWE, which was fantastic. 8 minutes 35, though, David. I hate to keep going on about time here, but you've got 8 women in this match, and you're not giving them 10 minutes. As great as it was to see Paige come back,
Mm.
that for me is a little short on the time.
I mean, for me, 8 minutes is a long time. But yeah, the biggest thing for us, like, it was the match we were least looking forward to,
Yeah,
honestly. We didn't really care. The build-up had been kind of weird. It was always just the same over and over
beat him
again.
up. It kept jumping in on each other, didn't they? Every week, wasn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, this is the one problem now. Everything kind of does get spoiled online. Like everyone
Yeah.
has said, oh, Paige has signed a 2 year, and it's like our worries were if that doesn't happen, everyone's going to lose their mind. Because like with the Chris Jericho thing,
Yeah.
it's like, my God, please actually come out. Otherwise, everyone's going to be calling for Triple H's blood and stuff again.
They still are.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
wrestling fans are happy nowadays.
No, but it was cool to see her back. And honestly, one of my favorite things about that was Alexa's costume, honestly.
Oh,
Like,
brilliant. Bray Wyatt, wasn't it?
absolutely
Mhm.
love Bray Wyatt. See her have that, I thought was so good. I was kind of sad she took the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she needed to. I'm also kind of sad Bailey doesn't really get a push she deserves. I think Bailey's
Mhm.
fantastic. I think
Mhm.
Lyra's really good as well.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I personally don't rate Nikki that much. I think she's had quite a few matches where
Mm.
it's shown she can't keep up with the standard of women now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think Paige is great. I think she can still really go. So it will be interesting. I thought Brie looked good. We we're not the biggest fan of Nia either, but I think their new finisher looks pretty
It looks
good.
great in the finisher,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The
But
Annihilator. Yeah, that
Mhm.
yeah,
looks
but yeah, it's just one that we weren't looking forward to that much. So it was nice to have Paige come out. It was pretty cool moment, that one.
It was very cool, yeah, very cool to see her come back. It's again, I go back to the time, like everyone in that ring has got some great talent, and I really enjoy watching the women's wrestling because they do some incredible stuff. And I felt like neither one really got much time at all to show themselves, sort of thing. It
E-
was just,
Even like when Paige and Charlotte were facing, because
yeah.
yeah.
I watched them like before Will started watching again,
Hmm.
and like the way they came up together, the way Paige, I'm pretty sure she won her first Divas Championship off Charlotte, didn't she? I think.
No, it was in NXT maybe. Yeah, I thought about the main roster because that was AJ Lee, wasn't it? But
Um, but yeah, just seeing them face to face was really cool, and it would have been really nice to see them really go. I
Yeah.
mean, they're probably saving that for later on,
yeah.
but that was the moments where I was like, got kind of goosebumps because I was like, oh, this is really cool seeing them
Hmm.
facing off against each other. But yeah, that one was thinking about it. That one was quite short,
Just didn't
but
get, yeah, that's what I mean. As I say, I love the women's division. I think it's absolutely amazing. And when they're getting an 8 minute match at WrestleMania, that doesn't cut it for me, really. It really doesn't. Especially when you're getting someone like Paige coming back. I want to see, you know, give it a good go,
you
you
know
know,
what honestly would have been better is if Io Sky had done an open challenge and then Paige had come out. Because I
Yeah.
think Io Sky is up there for like, and the
100%.
fact she's not on the card is a bit,
That was nuts to me, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you can argue that Carmelo Hayes is another one that
Oh,
people were expecting.
we'll get, yeah, we'll get on to
We'll
how
do
we
that
feel about.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
We'll get to that one tomorrow. But look, just a final one on Paige's return. Look, great to see her. Obviously, there has to be they do have to take care of her, and they will in terms of,
Oh, yeah.
that
Mm.
type of injury. Do you rule out a women's championship run for Paige? So I know she's tag champion, but do you rule out a women's one?
Hmm. I don't. I could see it. I could see her getting that for because of the injury being such a big thing, and to have her actually coming back, and I thought she was great last night.
Yeah.
It looked like she'd never been away as such. So I wouldn't rule it out at all. I think that can definitely be something that would happen, and I'd love to see it as
Yeah.
well. To be fair, I'd love to see her go for that title. That'd be great.
Yeah, we could see it. It's never. Look, it's not beyond the realms of impossibility now, is it? Because she's
Exactly.
back.
No.
So it's
Yeah.
it's a case of we'll see what happens. I could see Nikki maybe turning on her at some point, and maybe that, you
I
know.
don't want to see Nikki
No,
against that.
no, look, I don't want to see him hardly at all. But the fact of the bottom, like, but I just feel like that there could be that kind of, what
Yeah.
it's like with Nick, and especially with Nikki Bella. If it's Brie, it's a bit difficult for her to turn a little bit because it's not as it's Nikki's always been that I always see as the jealous one out of the two, like, and so
Yeah.
the turn for Nikki and Brie can just join in just because it's sisters in it, and that's what they
Mhm.
tend to do. So we'll see what happens with that. But we followed up then by the women's Intercontinental Championship match, just AJ Lee, Becky Lynch. Guys, if you ever, well, when you guys sing somebody out of Mania, can you not lip sync?
We won't.
Is that what they were doing?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, because I said, oh, they sound really good. I wasn't actually stood there. I think I was getting another drink at that point. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, because I was like, oh, they sound really, really good. I didn't realize they were.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was off. He was like about 3 seconds off of when the sort like when the lyrics was coming up. When you look at it properly.
Ah. I mean,
But
I
anyway,
really like the song. I like the song. I do like
I
it.
love the song, and it's great. Again, both entrances were great. It's just I was there when Motorhead butchered Triple H's one at 21,
Oh,
and
sure.
because I know the lyrics off by heart, and I'm singing it, and I'm like, that's not what you sang it on the side. Like Lemmy was doing it, and I'm like, oh my
To be
god.
fair, we'd fuck the lyrics up, wouldn't we? I mean, we've done songs before, and I've just had to look at Google quickly because I didn't know the lyrics. And it's turned out I've done it wrong, and everyone's like, "That's not right." I'm like,
Yeah, we might mess the lyrics up, but lip syncing, no, no,
no, no.
no.
But AJ Lee had a good entrance as well with all of the kids and everything come out. It was the Intercontinental Championship that she was defending. I think, Will, I just think that everyone kind of gathered that Becky was winning this just because you're not going to have. They had their match as well. I think it was at Elimination Chamber where AJ went over. Obviously, we still had the ref bit, which was nice with
Yes,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Jess, yes, thank you, the referee, which that was nice, and that was added a twist because I thought at one, but is she going to do the fast count perhaps during it
yeah.
and cost Becky the match, and then maybe she would have won it on Raw or something. But overall, Will, actually, that match was actually quite a good match to be fair.
Yeah, I enjoyed that match, to be fair. I really did enjoy that. And I'm actually quite happy to see Becky get the title back because as great as it was to see AJ come back, I don't think she holds up to the Beckys. And, I think she's maybe just a bit past it. I don't know. There's
Mm.
some matches I've watched her and a bit like she seems to not be up to the standard that a lot of the women are these days. So I'm quite happy that Becky actually got the title back, to be fair. And I love seeing Becky on a war rampage. It's great.
Yeah, it is really
Great
good.
promo.
Yeah, exactly that. David, look, we're in a stage where NXT call-ups are coming up as well. There's been rumors that is very much on its way. And
Mhm.
I'm thinking of the JC Janes of this world, and
Oh,
or is
Ruka.
it a time? Or is it a time? I know she's on a different brand, but it doesn't really matter. Is it time for maybe a Jordan Grace to have her moment now as well?
We said this when we were watching SmackDown. We were quite upset that Tiffany went over in that match because
Hmm.
we think Jordynne Grace is really good.
I think yes, she's
Yes.
brilliant, isn't she?
Really, really good, and she definitely deserves more than what she's been given. We actually said about how kind of weird the both women's belts runs have been because
Hmm.
we were earlier trying to work out how many times Stephanie defended, and there weren't a lot of memorable matches. And then obviously with Jade, it's pretty infamous how little she's fought over how long she's had
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Jordan get pushed up to like main event
Hmm.
just to I don't know. I think she'd put on quite a few good matches, honestly.
She's a great wrestler. Yeah, great wrestler.
Yeah.
I'd love
But
to see her.
Sol Ruka, I would love Sol Ruka to come. I would love a Sol Ruka and Becky.
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal. Even Zarya.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
bring Zarya up,
I
please.
think JC Jane's really good. There's so many people on NXT when you watch and you're like, these guys are phenomenal.
Yeah, the NXT talent is incredible at the moment.
Unreal.
Really, really
Yeah.
good.
There are so many, Ethan Page,
Yes, Starks,
Ricky,
Mhm.
thanks.
yeah, like even it's even nice seeing Joe Hendry and Shiloh in the Battle Royale.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Joe could be up. Yeah, that's another one.
I'd like to see it. I'd really like to see it. There are so
Mhm.
many people. I think it's really cool how over Siobhan and Ober are for how
mm,
little time they've been on the roster. And I think people are now starting to watch NXT a bit more. So when these people do come up, they're like, oh
Mhm.
shit, these are like,
yeah,
you know, because before I feel like a lot of people would come up like obviously Bobby Roode and stuff, and they wouldn't really know what to do with them.
yeah.
Shinsuke never really got
Oh,
a
don't get me started on Shinsuke. Don't get me started on him.
but it does seem like now they're starting to do a bit better with some of the NXT talent. I do wish Jordan would get a bigger push though.
You, you
100%.
you kind of would hope that the ex-writer and lead guy of NXT would know how to use the NXT guys on the main show, right? That's what you'd hope. I mean, obviously Shawn Michaels is down and now doing a great job as well. And I think now with Triple H there, he will start to, don't call him up unless you've got a plan for him. That's my
Yeah.
biggest bugbear with him. Call him up
It
and
was
then
like Tommaso wasted.
Yes, that was quite sad to see, wasn't it? I'm glad to see Royce Keys has finally got that bit of push because he come
Yeah.
in, what, 3 months ago and nothing happened.
done
So
the Rumble and then we didn't see him until this past
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
just gone.
So I was happy to see him win that. I
Yeah.
think he's going to be, if he gets that push that he does deserve, I think he's going to be great. Like to see like a him and Obar, that
Oh
would
yeah,
be
yeah.
incredible sort of thing.
Even
Well, you could
Otis was in the Battle
Yeah,
Royale.
Otis was great.
Yeah, you forget about these sometimes, don't you? Those
Yeah.
talents and how good they are because you don't see them a bit. So we'll see. We'll obviously see Oba tonight, and that's a match that I'm. Now, there's rumors that that's kicking off the show. So that's, whew, like you said earlier, if you want a match to kick off the show, right, that is the one to,
That's the way to go.
do it.
Yeah.
If you're not main eventing, you're starting. That's rare.
Yeah.
Or they could go down the route of the ladder match, but we'll see on there. But obviously, yeah, Becky Lynch, Intercontinental Champion again. We'll see what happens. Probably on Raw or Monday night. The next one, I love this. This next one. This was although Seth Rollins did remind me of a boiling kettle coming down the aisle with the coat and the smoke coming out the coat. It felt like I was having a coffee in my bedroom for a minute when I watched it. But, these two are I mean, I could watch Seth, I could watch Gunther all night. I think I know where this favor is
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
We all know that Gunther will probably be the one that's going to take on Brock at SummerSlam, and that's how he will use beating Seth Rollins passing out. The comeback of Braun Breaker, Jesus, this guy is I don't know. He's fast. He's built like a brick wall. He can but when he hits, a bit like Gunther though, David, when Braun Breaker hits, you feel it in your seat.
Oh, it's when he did the
The
massive run down
speed
the
down
ramp.
that
He's gonna die.
He goes about 70 mile an hour.
No, Braun's great, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
I was very, very happy to see him return
Yeah,
because I've missed seeing him.
Yeah, but that match was 100% match of the night. It was
Yeah.
really, really good. I think Gunther's great. And
Gunther was good. I thought Seth was incredible
Seth,
last night.
Yeah.
yeah. The whole thing was so good.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
good. I really thought they were going to go for a quick just decimation of Seth. I'm glad they actually got to have a decent amount of time with that.
Mhm.
But yeah,
That was
that was
15 minutes. Yeah, they got some time.
yeah. But that was by far match of the night.
Yeah, definitely. So, Will, just a quick one. I noticed that Gunther doesn't like landing on his face during pedigrees. Have you noticed that he was twisting his face every time he was landing? But look, these two are kind of been the two staple heads, really, of Raw. If you look at from a face/heel perspective, Seth Rollins. From the heel perspective, Gunther's definitely, probably one of the most hated, if not the most hated, because of everything that he's gone and done. But this one for me, I love some of the sequences in this when they were doing they've done the German sequence into the stiff clotheslines, and it kind of had an element of strong style, but it had the technical bit. I felt that this match just had a bit of everything in there.
Yeah, but you know what? That's exactly what we were saying, weren't
Yeah.
we? It had, like the beating each other down. It had the technicality. Like it had some, like seeing Seth do the buckle bomb on him. I was like, oh my God, like he's, it's a risky one, Seth, but we'll go with it.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Like it'd be like when Benoit would go against Angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
it,
very similar sort of style,
it was
wasn't it?
that
They are
kind of
fighting.
level where they are both excellent at
And
what they do.
Gunther's chops, my word. That
Oh, I've heard louder. I mean, he was over at Progress and stuff like that, over like the UK scene before he
yeah.
obviously made, obviously as Walter, as everybody would know that
Yeah.
watched NXT. And he actually had a match with Ilya over
Oh,
here.
We
I think
him
it
and
was
it.
Ilya. I'm pretty sure it was Ilya. And
mhm.
geez, my God, when he chopped that guy, I mean, Christ,
We
it's just
watched
like,
what
It's
we
disgusting.
watched Walter versus Ilya for the NXT UK title, and that
yeah,
match was just
That was
top
incredible, yeah,
tier
incredible match.
match. Yeah,
But lots to see them two go at it again.
I'd
I'm
love that.
all here
yeah,
for that, here for it. But
yeah.
yeah, I thought that was a brilliant, brilliant match, and I loved seeing Steph do the curb stomp on the table. I thought that was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that really was. I want to see Obo and Gunther. I want that
I
stuff.
would love that.
Yes.
Honestly, like Gunther Brock, Gunther Ober. I want to see Gunther Ilya.
Hmm.
I'd like to see Aleister Black Gunther as well.
Oh, that's an
Uh,
interesting one. That would
uh,
really change the dynamic of Gunther a little bit, wouldn't it? Because he would have to go that more technical submission style, which he can do very, very well. But
Yep.
it would be more about the striking technical aspect against an Aleister Black, wouldn't it?
Honestly, Aleister Black in that battle royale where they tease so many different routes,
Yeah.
like Shinsuke, Ilya, I'd like to see all of it. I think Aleister's
Yeah, he's great.
underused.
Another one, yeah. Alistair is
Yeah.
very underused, and I feel like he's just been put on the sideline for the past 4 or 5 months, sort of thing. Like they had the whole him and Zelina sort of doing the whole build up, and then it just
He was feuding with Damien for about 20 years at
yeah,
one point.
They
something
had
like that. And
they had
it was
that
like
what was it they had? Was it Falls Count Anywhere or something with a fireball? I can't remember what the
Yeah, and
yes,
then
yeah,
there was the
yeah.
ambulance and Rhea came out and it
yeah.
was yeah. But Alistair needs to be used way more, and so does Ilya.
Yeah, like as you say, like Gunther, he is the most hated, but to watch that man wrestle is it's always, incredible to watch him in the ring. He's so good to watch.
Really good.
Yeah, more of Gunther, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Gunther against anybody. I can shove
Yes.
him in there with Danhausen and see if we can break a curse.
Oh
I
my
don't care.
God.
Just
I love that man.
that would be awesome. Look, the next match that which was obviously the semi-main event, Liv singing her way out with her new track Trouble. She done it because she wanted to get rid of the current theme, apparently. I don't know if that's legit. I'm sure you boys could do better, but that's
We're
that's
gonna cover it. We're gonna do one.
Yeah, we are going to cover it.
yeah. But this one, I felt as if this one was a slow build, and it kind of accidentally got better when she made Roxanne and Liv butt heads quite severely
Yes.
on
Yeah.
Raw a couple of weeks ago. I can't because then they were putting concussions in, and you were like, "Oh Christ, are they even going to make it to WrestleMania?" But that kind of elevated that story, albeit accidentally. I saw similarities to when Nia punched Becky in the nose, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden Becky was the man, and that just created a whole new. Do you think, Will, that this could create a whole new side of Liv, that being a bit of a maniacal screamer slash girlfriend to Dom? Then they're having this little. She was like a spoiled bitch, wasn't she, with it? But now
Yeah.
she could have. We could see that more maniacal side of her.
Feels like they've taken her sort of like down like a Harley Quinn style route, like the
Yep.
way she's coming out all
Yeah.
beaten up and like crazy eyed, and I think she played that role very, very well, and I think that would be a good sort of not stale push. I think it would really push her into a new area, so I'd be happy to see that, and I think she could play it really, really well.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
craziness is just she pulls it off really good, and it'd be cool to see like a new sort of character development in Liv. I thought she was going to just. I was convinced she was going to kick Dom in the bollocks last night. It was so mental.
Well, I think that was wishful thinking. But
Yeah.
this match, obviously, David had quite a bit of interference. Obviously, Judgment Day synonymous with that. We had Raquel, we had Roxanne, we had Dom. Ultimately, Liv gets the victory. Do you think, though, we still haven't quite seen the best of Stephanie Vacquer yet in the WWE?
100%. We wanted her to keep it just because I don't feel like she's had a title defense where you can look at it and be like, oh yeah, do you remember when
Hmm.
she did this? Like we said earlier, we were struggling to remember the defenses she had.
Mm,
Um, which is a shame for someone like Stephanie, because I think she's really good. I think
Hmm.
she's
yeah,
really good. I don't think they've used her right. And like you said, it took that accidental headbutt to actually build this rivalry.
Hmm.
And what I'd hoped was Dom was going to turn on Liv and go with Stephanie, because obviously, like language barrier, it would have been cool to have Dom be
yeah,
her mouthpiece,
Hmm.
and she could turn heel, Liv could turn face, and then Dom could be going around talking for her, kind of like Paul Heyman did for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes you out of it when it's like in a different language. Because obviously she does great promos in her own language, but it's not as good in English.
No.
Obviously, you're trying to read the subtitles and stuff. So I think they've missed something with that. I think that could have been really a cool moment, especially as Dom just goes with everyone. So
Yeah.
like add someone else to the list.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, he's in action tonight, obviously against the returning Demon Finn
Oh,
Balor, which I'm
Oh,
sure we're
can't
all
wait.
going to be looking forward to. We look forward to speaking about that one tomorrow. But Liv Morgan did become the women's champion, obviously beating Stephanie Vaquer last night. So we'll see again on Raw. We'll see where that goes. I still think one of those, either Raquel or Roxanne, will eventually be ousted, and they'll start a little feud at
I'd
some.
love to see Raquel get the belt. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I'd love to see
Yeah,
that. I really enjoy watching Raquel.
yeah,
I
she's
think it's really good.
Yeah, she certainly is really good. But look, main event time. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes. We alluded to this earlier on. Pat McAfee comes out straight away, and he gets eliminated straight away. Jelly rolled. I like the fact that although Pat did return later, we'll get into it. I like the fact that they got that element out the way, though. The
Yes.
element
Yeah.
that was all expecting. Pat
Hmm.
Jelly Roll at the crossroad there through the table and all that. I like the fact that when that table went through some batterings, didn't it, last night?
The only one he didn't was when he was trying to put Gunther and Seth. They just would not break.
It would not break, would it? No, it wouldn't break at all. Um, you're right though, David. This one did start really slow. It was like a slow, methodical start. I was expecting a ref bump at some point because I had a feeling when McAfee goes out flipping everyone off on the stretcher, I
Oh,
had a
I like that. I did like that.
Yeah, I had a feeling that that wasn't the last that we were going to see of
Yeah.
Pat McAfee, and I was obviously right. They did do a ref bump, but then Orton RKO's Pat, and I'm like, where are we going now? He's RKO'd Pat, and then he gets caught in the crossroads, no pun intended, and that Cody gets the victory, and then afterwards, Randy attacks Cody. I mean, Randy was busted at some point. I'm not sure if that was a blade with Randy, to be fair. I know that was a question that you mentioned earlier, David. But look, Cody retains. His eye's a mess. But what was your thoughts on that match? I mean, it was the longest match, no surprise. But what did you think about that match as a whole?
It it felt like I know you have a build up in a match and stuff, but there was something about it that felt a little bit too slow. And like I said earlier, he
Yeah.
might be that Randy is genuinely injured. Like I said before, he went for the superplex. You could see him
Yeah.
like bracing himself, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And I enjoyed the bits with Pat. I think him running down in the neck brace was class. I think that was funny. Him flipping people off as he's getting taken out of the stretcher was funny.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I do like, obviously, I'm disappointed they're not going to go down the whole WWE versus TKO route because
Yeah.
obviously Pat got taken out. But I like that Randy just took everyone out. So I'm hoping from now on it's just everyone gets it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're Triple H, a ref, commentator. Whatever. I just like to see him go on a rampage and just do it to everyone again.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would. Was it '09 Randy Orton? I think it was. I
Yeah,
think
Yeah.
that's what it was.
yeah.
Will, look, Cody wins. There is a lot of things that saying that his run's already stale. I spoke to Raj Giri yesterday when we were doing the preview, and he was like, his kind of run is, I think not like go away heat, but like, would it have been time and would it have worked for Cody maybe to have, as you said, maybe done a turn or go away for a bit without being
That's
horrible?
what
Yeah.
that was what either outcome I wanted it to be heel Cody. That was what I was praying for,
Mm,
or Orton gets his 15th. But to go the way it did, I just feel like it's going to be another one of those sort of stale runs again where
mm.
nothing really gets done with Cody. It's just here we are, the champs here again. So I'm not overly happy with the outcome. It was, as David said, very slow build up. The end was okay, but for me, I'm not too happy with the result, I don't think. I mean, we'll
Mm.
see what happens, Monday and Friday, but
Well, when he was doing his entrance and he had all like the outfits and stuff,
Yeah.
Mhm.
my wife was like, "Oh my God, is he going to come out looking like Homelander from The Boys?" Because that's what he's always been kind of. And that would have been incredible if he'd come out like that and had just gone complete. Would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like same Cody as always.
Hmm.
And it's a shame because like when we've watched videos of him in the past when he was a heel in AEW, it's like he's so
He's
funny.
amazing,
He's so
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
I feel like the only surprise was Randy RKO and everybody. That was about
Yeah.
it for me. That really got me sort of off my feet. I was like, okay, fair enough. Like he's just RKO'd the ref. He's RKO'd Pat McAfee. Like where do we go from here? But apart from that, it just seemed very sort of predictable in the outcome.
Mm, yeah. Do you know what gets me about Cody? You could do anything to him and he'd still come out smiling as he goes down the ramp. Do you know, like, when Brock Lesnar annihilated him on Raw that time after WrestleMania, he come out the next week and he was like smiling, shaking kids' hands. I'm like, you've just been
Yeah.
beating the shit out of me. Like, you wouldn't.
I mean, you can see why they do it because he is literally
Yeah.
the face, isn't he? Right. And it's the same with John Cena. How long do
Yeah.
people want the heel turn? And then they
Yeah,
eventually do it, and the heel turn was
it wasn't very well received,
was
was
nah.
it? It
Well, it
lasted
wasn't
about
very well
3 weeks.
done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically. But yeah, I think that's what it is, isn't it? They've just got like, this is our guy. If we turn him heel, we're not selling as many shirts. We're not doing it. I think that's what it comes down to because I'm sure Cody would probably like to switch it up a bit.
and he's great. He's great. He'd be so
Yeah.
great as that heel.
I never
Yeah.
forget in TNA, he was heel in TNA, and I think it was his wife that was in the ring, and he gave this woman $20, and he went, "That's double what they were going to pay you anyway."
I saw that. Even when he was doing things like doing the Stardust cartwheel and then flipping off the fan.
It's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
it would have been good. But look, Cody wins. Obviously, we've got to congratulate Bianca Belair and Montez Ford. That is 10 minutes of our journey that we probably could have saved for Raw, but that's for another conversation. But
I
look,
agree with that.
it's great to see. Maybe the baby will come out doing the profits thing with the smoke on it or whatnot when it comes out. But no, look, in all seriousness, congratulations to that. We did, and I think they'd done it so that the attendance would say 17, considering who was reading out the attendance, the 17-time world champion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair.
But look,
But it's like,
was.
it wasn't very well hidden because as soon as she walked out, my wife's like, she's pregnant. And we're like, oh, cool.
Giving it away so easily. But no, look, night one is in the books, and yeah, passable. Yeah, I'll leave it at passable for me. I think it got there in the end eventually. I am looking forward to night two though, and I wanted to get your guys' opinions slash help from my podcast prediction league on the matches that are on the show tonight and who you think is going to win those matches. Will, I'm coming to you first.
Yep.
Oba or Brock?
I do think it'll be Oba, and I'd like to see him go out there and decimate Brock in like 5 minutes. If they have a big 20-minute banger, great. But I think it's good. It's got to be Oba, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, do you agree with that?
Yeah, we watched AEW the other night. I don't know if you saw Darby Allin just go in and just
Yes, smash MJF up.
if Oba came out and did that, I think that cements Oba as like
Yeah.
Do you
I
think that he's kind of already done that, and that maybe because when he first come out, because Brock issued the open challenge. See, and this is me trying to be, I'm not trying to get a job with the WWE, but how I would have done it is he issued the open challenge, right? I would have had the open challenge being answered at WrestleMania. Oba comes out, kicks 7 bells of shit out of him, and bang, Oba's done.
yeah.
That's it. But I mean, obviously, it's got him over already because Oba come out, done that, and the crowd have already gone to him and pulled. They're all doing his little. I think they had a little dance competition thing. One of the things where you've got to do the strut, and he's massively over already.
Mhm.
But there is a lot of stuff saying that Brock is going over tonight, which is a bit of a. Does it hurt Oba too much, guys, if Brock does win it?
I don't it's hard because I think if they do that, knowing how they've done it with other people in the past, yes, probably. You want to build him up, like the way he left NXT. He didn't lose the belt, that he just put it on the floor and
On the
left.
floor, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that should be. I think he should just have a run for ages where he goes undefeated, and then eventually have him versus Gunther. Should be the thing they go with. Like you remember Asuka when she was in NXT, went
Yeah.
undefeated, comes up to the main roster, then she starts losing.
Yeah.
I think that if you've built up a monster for so long, you want to at least for the first couple of years keep them that
Mhm.
monster until you can really do a cool match where Gunther goes over or someone like that. But
Someone plausible
I
as well.
wouldn't mind seeing him squash Brock. I really wouldn't because I know after a bit Brock starts turning into a tomato and he just
Yeah.
X's out. So I don't think Brock's built for long matches.
No.
If goes out there and destroys over and it's like a squash match for that, I wouldn't be happy with that.
No.
All right.
Question, Will.
Mm.
I said this on my Raw review the other day because Paul Heyman said something interesting on the last Raw. He said to Obafemi that when you lose to Brock at WrestleMania and you need to kickstart your career again, my door is open. And obviously, how many times has Paul Heyman turned on Brock? Is that something that potentially, and does Oba need Paul Heyman?
I personally don't think he does. I think the way he's come up and been so over and the way he's just dominated, I think he's got that sort of character ability to be able to go in on his own and just decimate the whole division. Because even down to his entrance, when that silhouette comes out and it's him in the shadow, he looks terrifying. He is a
Yeah.
really
I know
scary
it
man.
also takes a scary man to walk like that and not be laughed at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel
Definitely.
like he is that, since Brock, he is that new scary monster in the division
Yeah.
that everyone wants to
Because
fuck
I
with.
would have said it would have been Bron Breakker
Yeah,
to Brock, and then they kind of let him lose to CM Punk and stuff. So it kind of
I still feel like Bron's got too much of that baby face-ish sort of in him. Like, obviously, he's not like, I mean, more looks, but like,
yeah
Oba just looks
looks like a
like a
monster.
monster, doesn't
Yeah.
he? And his moveset is just
Well, him
terrifying.
with Brock, he's got height on Brock, he's got weight on
Yeah,
Brock. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Uh, I think if you saw Brock just get thrown about and it
it would
would
really
be
cement that, wouldn't it? And
yeah.
I
You remember
think
that
people.
power bomb he gave him? He picked him up like a cruiserweight when
That's
he.
what I mean. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone pick Brock like that
Well, one
before.
thing I thought was really good is when Brock told him to put his foot on his chest.
Yeah.
I give it to Brock, he will put
Mhm.
people over when he needs to.
Well, he said it to McIntyre, didn't he? That he said, "Hold, pick the belt up one year, hold the belt up, like as in you've taken it from it, hold it up, and then
Mhm.
like he's good at doing that, Brock. And no matter
Yeah.
what's going on outside noise from the WWE, he's so good at doing those little bits that
Yeah.
some of us that watch it long enough will pick up and think like, wow, something as small as that can make such a
But
big
the foot
difference
on
when
the
it comes
chest,
to
seeing that
Chest
image of
plate.
Boba with his foot on the chest, yeah, that was
And everyone says, like, in the locker room, he is like so ready for the next sort of movement and stuff, isn't he? He's really good with everyone behind
yeah.
the scenes stuff. Obviously, away from the WWE, but
yeah.
yeah, but he's great. I've got to respect Brock.
Yeah, hopefully we doesn't sound like we got too long left either of Brock, which is a shame. But hey ho.
Yeah.
But then that's where Oba comes in, right? When Brock's music
Exactly.
hits, everyone goes crazy because they know. Same with Oba now, right? We've got to that point where that music hits and it goes in. We'll see what happens, but we're going for Oba in that. Right. The next match is what I call a car wreck, but in a great way because it's a six-pack ladder
Oh,
match, David, for the Intercontinental title. Penta,
yeah.
Jebon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. Uh, I think Penta's going to retain, or however, I'm moving a little bit towards Jevon Evans on this.
Hmm.
So I think this is going to be match of the weekend. I think
Yeah, yeah,
this is um I would like Javon to win. I think if he wins, he'll be the youngest to hold it, right? Because I think Jeff Hardy was before.
think so.
I think Jeff Hardy was like 23 maybe
Yeah,
when he won it. So I think it would make him the younger. I think Javon's great and I would not be unhappy with him winning. I would like to see Ray win and do a feud with his son and then Dom retire him. I'd quite
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, anyone in there that wins, I'm not going to be angry about it, really. I think JD's phenomenal.
hmm,
Um, I like Rusev, although, like we said, when they did the little build-up tag match for it, Rusev was the only one who didn't really have like a highlight reel in that match.
Hmm.
yeah,
Dragon Lee's been phenomenal. On
yeah,
Triple A, he's been incredible, and now
yeah.
he's kind of in that style. So whoever wins it, I think it'll be great. But I think that match is going to be absolutely
I'm
ridiculous.
excited to see how Rusev plays out in this match, to be fair, because you've got a lot of like,
Well, he's
high.
kind of the odd one out, isn't he?
He is,
Yeah,
yeah. I was very kind of like, okay, so I'm really excited to see how that plans out. Like, Javon's going to be great. There's no shout about
I
it. He's
would like
gonna,
Javon to win.
I
Yeah,
think tonight, sorry, yeah, tonight is really where he's going to sort of cement that place because, some of the height he gets on the things and then putting him on top of a ladder as well. I tried to think what he's going to do.
Ah,
So it's going to be
yeah.
great.
It's going to be, as I said, it's going to be a car wreck, but a good car wreck.
It
yes.
is, yes.
Let's move on to the other match on there. Jade Cargill, the only women's match on here actually tonight. Jade Cargill defending Rhea Ripley. Will, look, the jury's still well out on Jade Cargill for me. Is this just, do you think they're going to maybe go with the safe option here and turn this match into Rhea? Or are they going to try and cement Jade Cargill as this unstoppable force and have her go over? Considering Rhea's not really had a lot of the feud in this, it's been all Jade, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they are going to head towards that direction, and put Jade in the spotlight because even with Rhea's promos, she's not been that great on the mic
No.
recently,
Hmm.
and I feel like Jade has had that upper hand. And with the whole like the Mitchell and BFAB thing as well, I think they're really trying to sort of push that, and I wouldn't be disheartened to see her.
I think what would be great is if Jade wins and Naomi came back,
That would be amazing.
would be cool
Oh,
to
interesting.
finish that off properly because it
Hmm.
was sad to see Naomi have to leave.
Very sad.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm not. I think this is the match tonight where we're the least invested, just because it's not been. It definitely improved when B Fabrication joined
Yeah, but
Jade.
again, it's been another kind of stale build-up, hasn't
Yeah,
it? Like the promos have not been very memorable. It's just been Jade calling her a bitch and Rhea sort of just taking it, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. So it's a weird one. I think Jade's gonna win.
Yeah. We'll see what
Mhm.
the entrances will be good tonight with those again. I think that's them two are
Yes,
going to have
yes.
quite a good
They're gonna be wicked.
entrances there. I know your thoughts on this next one in terms of Carmelo Hayes' involvement. We'll get to that part tomorrow. Sami Zayn, Trick Williams. They've kind of I do like his shirt by the way, the gingerbread man or
Oh, we
whatever.
love
That
it.
It's
is that
great.
is sensational. Um, and although I'm saying the word double turn, they've kind of already will done this really because Sami Zayn's getting booed already. Trick the theme, we talk about themes. I know you guys love writing themes and stuff, but you look at that theme, the fans are bang. As soon as that hits, everyone's singing "Whoop That Trick" and all of that sort of stuff. I say the word double turn, but do you think it's going to sort of go into the full effect tonight with this?
I'd like to see it. I think I'd really like to see Sammy fully turn and just,
Yeah, he needs to. He
I
needs
think
to.
it needs to happen with Sammy because again, that's another one that's just he's been the underdog, as they say, for
Yeah,
so long, and it's like, how long does this carry on?
you can't
So
be an underdog if you're winning all the time.
exactly. So it just doesn't make sense. So it'd be nice to see him fully turn heel, but Trick's amazing. Like
The
Trick's
trick's so
entrance,
good.
his
The lemon pepper
theme, the
steppers.
lemon pepper steppers on the mic. I think he's such an incredible like injection into the company. So yeah,
But yeah,
I'd like to see Trick win, but
Mm.
would love to see Sammy get that proper heel turn.
if Sammy won and it was because Kevin Owens came out and helped him,
Oh,
cool.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah,
That
that's
would. But if Sammy wins clean as a baby face, I'll
it's
probably.
yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it'd be more hated if he
Yeah,
just gets
Mm.
the same old babyface win. Sammy, it's yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That should be an interesting one for sure. Um, the other match, obviously, we've spoken about it. Demon Finn, David, Dominic Mysterio.
yes,
You can't have, and if memory serves me right, he's lost against Roman and SmackDown. Demon
yep,
Finn lost against Edge at
yep.
WrestleMania. You can't bring Demon Finn back
And have him
again
lose
and have him
anymore.
lose.
No.
No.
I think Demon Finn is incredible. Again, it's one of those things on NXT, undefeated, comes up like you because you watched the match, didn't you? When he gets on the ropes and then the ropes break and
Yep.
stuff, and it
Roman. Yeah.
yeah, and then the thing with Edge and stuff, and he's been so wasted in the Judgment Day.
It would just make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, because of the whole Judgment Day turning against him and stuff, and now he's finally brought back the demon. For him to lose, I think it would be one of the stupidest decisions
I
ever
would
made.
love this match to be like the Gunther and Seth one. Give them a good amount of time,
Yes.
let them
Mhm.
show what they can do, but have Finn go over 100% because the demon gimmick is such a good
Yeah.
one.
And again, they're both great. Like I love watching Dom in the ring, love watching Finn in the ring. So I think it could be a very, very good match as long as they let him go the distance, I
Yeah,
think.
and
Yeah.
don't give it to Tom.
Yeah, don't give it to Dom.
No, I've made a prediction already that Dominic Mysterio is my favorite to win Money in the Bank in September.
That he'd be
Ooh,
great with Money in the Bank. He'd
great
be
shout.
absolutely
You,
brilliant.
you look back at like the I class him as a chicken shit hill, but if you like someone when you know is going to cash it in when that guy is dead, he's literally going to be like they're literally going to be trying to resuscitate him, and Dom comes out. But that's the kind of thing he would do though, isn't it?
That
That's
is no, that is the
that's
I,
proper
Dom, isn't
Dom
it?
storyline.
I think
Yeah.
the only person who would be as good with Money in the Bank is Logan, just because he'd take it everywhere. He'd have it on his podcast.
Yeah,
He'd be doing everything. Like again, because he's like chicken shit heel.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
either one of them winning Money in the Bank would be fantastic.
But
yeah.
yeah, I think Dominic's a great shout. That is.
Or no, it'd probably be Sami Zayn.
Oh God, no, I think we're okay with that. Look, let's talk main event. This is the big one. Punk Reigns. Will I'm still torn on this, but where we're going now. There was a promo that Reigns done in the back of a car this week,
Yes.
and it got a lot of people talking because the guy in front had the ears of Randy Orton.
I see the comments about that. Yeah, I see that.
I didn't see
Yes,
that.
there was a bald guy in the front of the car, and people were like, "That's Randy. That's
It
definitely Randy."
He
Oh,
looked like, because Randy's got funny ears, hasn't he? Like I don't know how you would call, I don't know what you'd say. I don't know how you would class his ears, but they're quite different to our ears, for example. They're very much on the line distinctive.
Hmm.
I always said if he was a career criminal, you'd be able to say that's how he would get caught because of his ears, right? But in terms of like his the involvement in that could be interesting. Or do you see the kind of carnation of the bloodline again tonight?
Do you know what? I won't mind Roman winning if it's not a part-time thing. Like, I'd like
Mm.
to see him win and actually come back on a good run, which I'm happy for. But if he wins and then sort of departs and turns up once every 6 months, I don't really care to see that. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if he comes back and the bloodline comes back, I'm all for that. All for
I
that.
would like bringing up someone like Zilla. Just
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
someone else into it. That's cool.
Hmm.
Personally, I do want CM Punk to win.
Yeah, I'd like CM Punk to win because I think he is a great fighting champion. He defends well, and when it comes to promos, he shits all over Roman. I think, apart from that
Yeah.
one in the car, which I thought was really good. I
Yeah.
think,
Although the one they did when they were basically confessing their love for each
yeah,
other
that
was
was a bit
very.
weird. That was a very weird.
Yeah. I didn't get that one. I didn't get the
It,
meanings behind it. Where what was the reason for it?
no, because they've been going so deep, like with the insults on each other, and then the one before, they're just like, we're actually friends. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I think because the promo with Cody and CM Punk talking about them both having the belts and stuff, if CM Punk retains, I'd like to see them do something with them.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
maybe they do Battle of the Brands kind of thing, and you've got Punk
Hmm.
versus Cody. Just because it seems weird, they've constantly like kind of had them pushed together.
Mm.
And it was
Yeah, it was
something where
quite
they were
weird. To see.
looking at in AEW as well, wasn't they? At some point when Punk and Cody were both there, they were sort of, we never really got to see it in AEW either,
Mhm.
which is something we
Yeah,
could see. Be
I
interesting
think
this one.
Very
if
interesting to
someone
see.
like The Rock comes out and Punk turns heel, and The Rock helps Punk, and they set up Roman and Rock next Mania, cool.
That's what I was thinking. Do you guys think that there is still a draw for that? Because look, it was meant to happen a few years ago. Cody won the
Yeah.
Rumble and it kind of stopped it. Then they tried to stop that and everyone revolted. But it was at that point where I felt that Rock v Roman would have had that big draw. Roman was the head of the table. He was undefeated as a champion in so thousand odd days, wherever it was. I just felt that the story was stronger then
Yeah,
than it would be next year because there's nothing really for them to
no, I mean
do.
if they do it tonight and they've got a whole year to set this up
Mm,
properly,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think. I mean they've done things where they've like look at Steph and Liv, the
yeah,
headbutt suddenly made it so much more intense. They could do
yeah,
something, make it really, even if they said you lose this match, you're like out of the family tree, you're like
yeah,
banished.
yeah,
We expect you. You can do anything with that.
It can be done well, yeah. It just needs to be, I don't want to see like sort of The Rock come back and then we don't see anyone again for, you
That's the
know,
problem, isn't it?
that's what I mean. And if they've really got it planned out and they've got a storyline that's going to work, then I'm here for it. But as I say, I don't know, has it been too long? Have they left it too late to,
Yeah.
restart that
But you could
again?
even do the thing, say it comes to Survivor Series, you bring back the classic elimination match.
No, I
Rock
love
has
those.
a team,
Yeah.
Roman has a team, you've got all of them, because
Yeah.
there's a million of them, all just fighting it. Um, you could have them going at it and not actually fighting each other, but having parts of the family go at it and building up just a massive family feud for the whole year. You could do it.
Yeah, there's a lot that
Yeah.
can be done. They just need to, I think, if they're going to do it, act upon it now and make it good. Otherwise, it's going to become stale very quick.
Or if Roman wins tonight, goes out tomorrow, and Braun just takes it off him. That'd be cool. Just
Mm.
That could work. That could work. The Rock is in Vegas. That I know. Rock
That's what
is
I keep
there.
seeing. Yeah. So
That Rock is in
fingers
Vegas.
crossed. We'll yeah, see what tonight brings
So
us.
Steve Austin though, wouldn't it be, Steve Austin one more match, Steve Austin Punk. We never got to see that
Oh,
back in
oh, that'd be
that'd be
incredible.
amazing. Just don't let him on a quad bike again.
Yes. Or he could come out on Raw. Punk could win, come out, Punk's waiting for a next challenge, bang, glass smashes, everyone loses their
Oh,
minds, and we're,
yeah. There's so many things you could do with it to make it work.
There is,
So
yeah.
there
So I
is.
just hope they choose the right decisions and
Austin and Rock versus Punk and Roman at Survivor Series, and oh my God,
Oh,
sorry, I'm going way ahead of myself. But look, that was night one. We've spoke about night two. Obviously, we're coming back to do night two tomorrow, which is great. But before we do go back, guys, look, I know where I can find you, and I'm pretty sure anyone that watches this knows where they can find you. But where can other people find you to listen to your great stuff?
you're the best at this because I still mess it up. I did
You
this the other day as well.
On Instagram, you can find it as David Bartolome or Will Scarr with three R's.
Mhm.
On YouTube, we are David and Will Themes, and we're also,
TikTok is David James
yeah,
Bartholomew.
TikTok is David James Bartolome. So they're the best three to find us on.
Make sure you do, guys. I know you already have, but make sure you do. Anyways, lots of stuff dropping there. All the great themes and great stuff that you guys do, and obviously they're
Thank
on my playlist because every time I go away, you see me clip it and say, "This is what I'm listening to on my journey." It's in my car. We listened to Broken Dreams come on yesterday when I was taking my boy to go and play some darts and pool. So your song come on in there, and
He's
that. But
nuts.
yeah, so that's it. But look, guys, I will tell you what stuff's coming on the podcast tomorrow. Yes, Eric, for those of you asking, because I have been getting a lot of questions, Eric Bischoff is coming on. It's going to be later on in the year because he's got commitments with Real American Freestyle. They've got a TV deal, and right now he's fully invested in that. But he has assured me that before the end of the year he will be on the show, so we will have him on one last time. Follow us at HTT Buckle everywhere, and like I said, we're back tomorrow with these guys for night two. Make sure you are as well. And until then, everybody, buckle down, stay safe. Goodbye.